People are looking for things that are better. They want better choices. They want to make better decisions about their food and the way they live. And I think biodynamics is going to deliver that to people. The King family, and I think King Estate as a winery, believes in doing the right thing and setting a good example, that it has impact far beyond our boundaries, and it's a message that is important in the world today. Biodynamics takes things to a different level. It turns itself away from monoculture, looks holistically at the entire estate, and it judges the diversity and the integration of a lot of different components. We have wetlands, timberlands, prairie, we have old growth oak forests, we have berries and orchards on the property.
Biodynamic farming to me represents a return to how farming used to be. And when you think about agriculture and how it's evolved in the 20th century, it really started to become removed from the idea of a complex system with many operating parts to more of a monoculture where we were trying to manipulate specific narrow areas. Whereas biodynamics, it tends to look at the whole system in general, and not so much what you can do to manipulate it, but rather what can you do to promote the whole system.
What do we want out of Oregon Pinot Noir as an industry, or what does industry want out of Oregon Pinot Noir? And I think as winemakers, what we really strive for is expression of terroir, expression of place. And I think biodynamic really embodies that philosophy. It focuses on localized inputs, really letting the vintage and vineyard express itself. I think the way we think of it is a holistic approach to agriculture. You know, rather than certifications like organic that focus on individual parcels, we're really looking at the entire farm. Rudolf Steiner, the founder of the movement, essentially he emphasized farmers really to not look at their property as a factory, but more as a living organism. And that's really what we've tried to embrace here.
There were a few things that we had to do specifically to become Demeter certified that we weren't doing previously. The main one of these is the incorporation of biodynamic preparations. We incorporated preparation 502 through 507 to the compost pile. In the spring of 2016, we applied biodynamic preparation 500 to the soil on all the vineyard acreage as well as the orchards and the gardens. The other thing we had to do was begin to incorporate the use of the biodynamic calendar. So this looks at the position of the celestial bodies in the sky, and depending on their position, there's certain days that are more conducive to, say, rooting, flowering, fruiting, or leaf growth. And so the first time we implemented that was in a new planting of Pinot Noir in the spring of 2015. And so we specifically looked for days that were root days to promote root growth and establishment of those vines.
Our philosophy is to always be paying attention to how vines are growing and making always a huge effort to tend them and to make sure that at the end of the season we end up with the best quality we can. King Estate has had that vision about being responsible from the beginning.
As an example, what we're doing says that it's possible, it's feasible, and yes, everybody can do it. And that's the important piece of this. It's not a question of whether this works or not. We know it works. The question, though, still is keeping it alive and giving people a different path away from chemical industrial farming. Sometimes great changes come from small examples.